How's it going, everybody? Today I'm going to talk about my feelings about museums. Mm, if you ask me, do you like learning about history? Uh, I would say, to be honest, I have no interest in learning history. Back when I was still a student, history is one of the subjects I uh, despise the most, simply because it's an interesting. Most of the time, I need to memorize a huge amount of information about the significant events in the past. I didn't recognize the value of history before, but uh, fortunately, in this day and age, I able to respect this subject. As you know, my hometown uh, is is so small with only less than 5,000 residents. Is it a remote hometown where you can see farms, lakes, and mountains? So, if they want to visit museums, we need to travel to the city, which normally take us 5 hours by car. I uh, yeah, I don't have to I don't have the statutory members of museums in Vietnam. But I believe that um, in any in any city that you visit, non-metals, no matter in Vietnam, no matter if it's in the north or south or central areas of Vietnam, you will find at least one or two museums around the corner. The museums range in size, range in location, and also the content and the theme of the museums. Like, we have museums of art, science, war, and history. In my opinion, I think museums play an important role in our life. Uh, there are a lot of reasons why it is true. Firstly, museums uh, keep the memory and objects of history very well. Modern people can study many things by watching the objects. Secondly, museum remind remind people about the the sacrifice of heroes or the um, pro- no, process the process of nation building. Yes, nation building. That teach us to have a get get you get you know gratitude and appreciation for things that happened um, in the past. Besides, museum can help me to learn new things. It helps me broaden my knowledge about the past and many cultures. On, on top of that, Museums usually attract lot of uh, a lot of tourists, so they also have proofs proves the local tourist industry. Mm, yeah. Uh, as I remember, I haven't been to a lot of museums. I always make it a part, yeah, make it mm, whenever I can, yeah, especially when traveling. Well, for me, museums are wonderful place filled with wonder and just wonder. They uh, they help me to collect different information which aren't usually uh, available in books. My trip couldn't be complete. Uh, yeah, complete without couldn't complete without that it exploring some museums. If I'm not mistaken, yeah, the last time I visited World Museum, which is one of the most famous tourist activation here in Ho Chi Minh City. It was a trip to Ho Chi Minh City with my family in last year. Um, when I come here, I feel exciting with beautiful view. Um, they call collection of some military equipment such as helicopters, tanker, no, tanker, tankers, and fighter planes outside the museums. There are a lot of trim rooms inside the museums. Some rooms display a um, yes no display um, several yeah pictures from the Vietnamese war. These photos show how Vietnamese soldiers fought, yes, no, fought in battle. Yeah, so fought, no, yeah, fought in battle. The weapon they use, the military equipment they use. Uh, I haven't watched lots of interviews and TV shows about these museums, and I remember the um, most of most of people who were interviewed say that the thing that they uh, remember most was a tiger, that tiger cage, that tiger cage. Mm, they yes. Uh, I learned a lot of things about the Vietnamese war after that trip. I would recommend this museum to anyone who loves history or who want to learn about more about the Vietnamese war. That's all. Thank you so much for your listening and catch you your next video. Goodbye everyone.